everyone, welcome to Encore, and today I'm interviewing two of the most phenomenal showgirls of fantasy here in Las Vegas at the Luxor Hotel, and they are Tracey and Dar. So I want you guys to meet Tracey and Dar.
Hi!
Hi guys!
I'm Tracey, this is Dar.
Tracey and Dar. And we're going to ask them everything about makeup, right? Now, Tracey, we had the opportunity of dancing together 12 years ago,
Yes,
or 10 years ago and stuff. Many moons ago. And Tracey actually is the only person I entrusted my brows with. She's the only one who can touch my brows.
Plus to get a nice arch.
Yes, that beautiful arch, right? Okay, so we're gonna ask some questions today, starting with Tracey. So Tracey, being a Las Vegas showgirl, what do you think are the essentials, for like a showgirl kit, a makeup kit? What do you think it must have?
For a Vegas showgirl, absolutely the lashes.
Okay.
You cannot do anything without nice false lashes. Now in our show, we're not a typical feathery Vegas show, we're more contemporary, so our makeup's more sexy, a little less theatrical, but still sexy, so we still wear the lashes. You know, I like to do the red lips, nice blush for definition, good eyebrows.
Good. And Dar, is there a specific kind of makeup that you like, you favor, whether you're on stage or just you're like everyday, kind of tours or anything like that?
Well, I do tend to use the MAC.
Okay.
I'm open to all kinds of different makeup, but for MAC, it's been the best coverage for me because MAC's good coverage for stage. And I don't want anything that I want other people to see on stage. So, it's been fabulous, and I use certain products from them and then certain products from other, manufacturers. So,
but mainly MAC. You use MAC both on stage and if you're just doing like daily tours and stuff.
Mainly.
Okay. Now Tracey, you have beautiful red lips. You always like wearing that.
Love red lips.
Is there any trick to red lips? Because a lot of people you have to find your red, or sometimes is it like red lips and light eyes or?
Well, yeah, but for me, I'm full on eyes, lips, blusher, everything.
So no holds barred.
And I'm on stage too, so it doesn't. If I was out in public, I would wear less eyeshadow, definitely.
Okay.
But I like a nice blue red. I think it makes your teeth look whiter. A brick red does not work on my complexion. I'm too pale and cool coloured, so a nice blue red.
Nice blue red.
Yeah.
So look for a bluer red than like a tomato red.
The one I'm using at the moment is MAC red.
MAC red. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And I like it very much.
And then Dar, how about for you're more of blonde and stuff. So what kind of eyeshadow colors do you usually kind of tend to go to? With your complexion and your hair color and stuff.
Yeah, I've actually stayed away from the blue.
Okay.
Because for a while I was just testing it out when it was in. But there are certain colors that just don't work on blondes. I really like browns, obviously, burgundies. Green is actually, I was surprised. I tried it one day and it was great. And I like a smoky, I don't have smoky on, but if you really want definition and on a blonde, smoky is B,
Smoky is the one to go for.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't be afraid of eyeliner, you could keep your lips more simple on a blonde, obviously, but get smoky and sultry and, I didn't necessarily do that tonight, but every time I've done it in the past, it looks really good on a blonde,
Great.
So, yeah.
Okay, and then Tracey, if there are 3 products that you must have in your purse, what would they be?
First one, concealer. Wow, it's like a magic wand.
Okay.
Definitely concealer. Number 2, lip balm. I have to have a lip balm within 10 feet of me at all times. If I'm at home, I have a lip balm here on this table, lip balm here, lip balm in my bag, in my pocket. Can't live without lip balm. And the third one, I would say mascara.
Okay, mascara.
Yeah, mascara. God, just 3 really? I don't know, because blush and eyebrows are important too, but concealer, mascara, definitely lip balm.
Good. Yes. Okay. And Dar, how about you? What would be the 3 must-have products in your purse?
lip gloss. Concealer is really important. I'm with her, but lip gloss, wow. I need to have lip gloss. It's like if it's like when your cell phone, if you're missing your cell phone, I feel the same way if I'm missing my
People make it without the lip gloss.
I don't have an arm. Also concealer, you know, like she said, it's a magic wand. I'm like, okay, even if I'm going to the grocery store, I'm like, not cute, maybe you should put a little bit of concealer on.
Okay.
And powder for me, because I tend to have like a really shiny complexion, so I like to at least have a little bit of powder put on. So
that's great. Wow. And okay, so one last question for both of you. How do you differ your stage makeup from your streetwear? What do you usually wear? I mean, this is what you look like after a show right now. So how would you wear your like regular, like just going to the gym or going to the grocery store makeup?
I tend not to wear makeup in the daytime, just because it's so full on stage that I like to let my skin breathe. But one thing I will absolutely put on is concealer, because I get spots and zits and what have you, so concealer definitely.
So you just put your concealer on and you're ready to go to the gym or the grocery store.
Maybe a bit of mascara, like my three favourites I'll probably use in the day max. And if I have to do something in the daytime, it's really hard for me not to do full on stage makeup, because I do it every night so much. That I get a little heavy-handed in the daytime if I have to do makeup. So I try not to wear makeup in the day.
Okay. Yeah. And Tracey, if there's any advice that you can give other women out there regarding makeup, what would it be?
Have fun with it and do it and experiment, and you can't go wrong. You know, if it looks like shit, then you just wash it off and start again.
That's a great advice. Yeah. And Dar, how about you? How would you wear your makeup just doing regular day-to-day chores and stuff?
Oh gosh, you should see what I wear sometimes, much less do makeup.
Dar's naturally beautiful.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
that would be you. I'm so not. I always said like I can put myself together pretty well. So, but I'm a lot like Tracey, because I don't. I said Tracey.
Tracey.
It's just definitely not glitter during the day, because if you wore glitter the night before, try to wash it off the next day.
That's a great advice.
Yeah, I tend to like show up at like places with my old glitter the night before. Like, really use your eye makeup. But yeah, mainly concealer if I really want something, or and lip gloss. Like I said, I'm just kind of addicted in a bad way.
So have to have the lip gloss.
Yeah. Maybe not necessarily the lip liner, but just a little bit of lip gloss. So
cool. Yeah, and if there's any advice that you can give to women about makeup, what would it be? Like
Chaz said, have fun, but a lot of times if I know makeup doesn't work for me, I take pictures. Like pictures are always a good sign for me, and that's when I know when to switch it up.
Yeah, that's because
the light attracts makeup on women differently. Like, I've switched a lot of makeup because sometimes it makes me look really pale, sometimes it makes me look too dark, you know. I battle with that all the time because I'm more of a pale person, so I always just like take pictures, look at them, and honestly say like, oh, I could do this differently, or you know, that's a big hint for me. Like, I always like go with like old, or even old ones. I'll be like, oh, I look good in that one. What makeup was I using? So that's my advice.
Great, thank you. Well, thank you, ladies, for taking the time today, and I totally enjoyed the show. So thank you so much for doing this interview. And for those of you guys who's going to be visiting Las Vegas, do catch these ladies. They're amazing at the fantasy show here at the Luxor. So catch up their show, enjoy them. They're going to really be entertaining, and of course, you know, do take their advice, you know, make note of their advice because they're great. So thank you for joining us, and until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.